Hi, this is Jonathan with Echo Church. Thank you for joining us. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. This verse is a famous prophetic word concerning the birth of Jesus. These words were given nearly 1,000 years before Jesus was born. And this describes who Jesus is, especially here it says, Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and Prince of Peace. These are, if you will, the titles or descriptives of who Jesus is and what Jesus does. And I'd like to share a little bit about these four titles because they're slightly different in English in today's world than they were spoken uh, actually 3,000 years ago. And first of all, Wonderful Counselor. You need to keep in mind that back then the world was always at war. In fact, battles and wars were part of everyday life. And so here, a counselor is not so much about a psychologist or psychiatrist. Counselor refers to a military advisor. And so here, what it says is more of a strategist. One translation says extraordinary strategist. In other words, when God is with us, God is the one who strategizes on our behalf all the intricacies of our everyday life and how to conduct life. He's the one who understands it. He's the one who knows. A wonderful counselor or extraordinary strategist for life. And mighty God, that's simple enough that God is mighty. He is able. He's not the one who cannot. He's the one who can and who has the will to do. And so it is important that in our life, we put stake on this truth that God is mighty. Even when God doesn't seem to be coming through in our life, we need to continue to trust and believe that God is mighty. He's able. He's well capable. And that gives us hope, and that gives us a starting point of our faith. Thirdly, everlasting Father. This is not the same as the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Here, Father refers to more of the general sense of a ruler. In the ancient world, often the rulers might be considered a father of the citizens of that country. So, everlasting Father really means that God, Jesus, is the eternal ruler of our life and over all of creation. And lastly, Prince of Peace. This ruler brings peace, that wherever he goes, there is peace. As I have said so many times, peace means shalom, and that means that it's wholeness, it's completeness, it's a harmony. Wherever Jesus is, there is shalom. And so if you need peace in your heart, peace in your home, in a relationship, at work, wherever it is that you need peace, actually you want to bring Jesus into that situation because he is the Prince of Peace. So this Christmas, I want you to read this short passage, Isaiah 9:6. And remember these four descriptives and titles of Jesus: Wonderful Counselor, Extraordinary Strategist, Mighty God. God is mighty. He's able. And Everlasting Father, Eternal Ruler over our hearts and our life. And lastly, Jesus is the Prince of Peace who brings peace into our world. Merry Christmas.